The silver price is breaking up out of that zone that we talked about that we wanted. Good, nice, I like it. Plus, is that it for oil? Bit of a pump, bit of a dump going on, so we'll check that out as well. We'll go straight to all the good stuff, but just beforehand, I've got to say hello to my amazing GMS family. If you're watching this on the replay, use the time codes below to go to your favorite part, but if you are watching live, you get to enjoy every single thing we do here at Good Morning Stackers with me, Joe Main, going out live on YouTube, on X, Facebook, not today, but that's okay. Do me a favor, head over to x.com/It's Joe Main, won't you please? And get a chat in as well. I want to make sure that the chat function is working on everything. So can you pop in a comment right now on YouTube? Try and pop a comment on X as well. I'm just going to go over here. I need to do this every single time. Bear with me for 1 or 2 moments. Do you mind? Thank you very much. And you can also follow me here on X as well. x.com/It's Joe Main. Why wouldn't you? Because you get many more takes over there, sort of more regular posting than just your YouTube as well. Of course, follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/just Joe Main. I know it sounds a little bit weird, but that was the only username that I could get. Let's go back to see if I have any comments. A little bit, it's interesting. Now they're starting to come through. It's usually like they start like that, but for some reason, good old YouTube is just screwing me around for a little bit. Oh, they're a little bit off too. What's going on there? That's got to be moved over. That's got to be moved over on my right-hand side. Oh, and by the way, that's a great little incentive to tell you, guess what? You should check out my sponsors. We've got Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. As I flex my bicep, look at it. Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com. If you want to learn to be a better investor, not even if you don't want to be a full-on trader and do that as a living, but you just want to be good at investing, you need to go to school for it. That makes logical sense, doesn't it? Why would you be flailing around in the dark like I did, like many of you have done in the past? Send me an email, joe.main@masteringthemarkets.com, and I will tell you all about the courses and I'll get you onboarded and and of course, Stormrake, stormrake.com, a full-service cryptocurrency brokerage. Get 2% brokerage fees for the life of the account when you use my thing. Put it away. Cool. Quick, a few comments and we'll get into the silver price and we'll take chart requests today. Chart requests go to, what's the word I'm looking for? The super chats. Super chats get preference, okay? Help out me, help out the show. Oh, g'day, Niels Han Dynasty. That's unusual for you to say that. Good morning, Adem. We've got like and share as well. That's what I really, really need you to do. So head on over there. That would be lovely. Thank you. Got lots of people watching. Let's take a look at silver. All right. Beautiful. Here is silver on the 4-hour time frame, priced in USD, $87.13. Excellent. Couple of things. You'll notice a little bit of a new template. I'm trying this out now. I'm trying to be a little bit more professional. Apparently, it's more professional to get for the psychology to get the green and the red out of your head. Because when you see green, you're like, oh, and when you see red, you're like, sell. So it's because we're, stop and go signals, traffic lights, green is go, red is stop and halt. So if you take that out of your head, you can be a little bit more objective. Apparently that's the thing. So I've noticed, a lot of the pros get the red and the green out. So I'm trying that. We'll see this template, see how it goes, see how it works for everyone. But this is the area that we've been talking about, and it was really crucial. I say that word a lot, but it was crucial that we stayed above here and very crucial that we broke above here. So we've been talking about above $86.20 or below $80.40, I think it was. Had to get out of there in order for me to say, okay, it looks like we're breaking out of a nice range. Look at that. And we're out of that. Out through there. New highs, I think, probably on the way. Okay, it's looking much, much better for brand new all-time highs in 2026 specifically. Now that we're above that. And I know it's as simple as a flip like that. But yeah, it is as simple as that. Break out of there. Now you're making a higher high on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, so you've got a bullish change of market structure. Now, technically, you got to wait until it pivots. Well, actually, you don't have to wait until it pivots because even if you pivot down lower, that is a higher high than that. So you actually have Well, actually, when I need to go back on that. That's a good higher high, but now you actually need to. Oh, is that going to be yellow? Yeah, it is. Okay, give me 1 second. I've got to change that too. Nope, go away. Thanks for your patience, everyone, as I set up this good old new thing here. That's better. Maybe I should make that a different color. Whatever, I don't care. It needs to actually make a higher high, higher high, lower higher low, and then break up. So that would actually be better. But it's good that we're above this, and this is the point. So good to see. And I'm now betting at the moment, we're not fully out of the woods yet, but at the moment it's looking good for a bit of a pump, probably this week coming. Of course, naturally, if something happens and we just fall back through here, bad news bears. Now look at this. We flirted with it, didn't it? Now you guys, in the last 24 hours roughly, you guys got a little bit scared, or some of you did, because you went, oh no, we're going to, and then it spiked a little bit below and held above it. So that's actually really good. And then went in the opposite direction. So yeah, if you fall back through there and you hold it as support and then it's closing on 4-hour time frames, dailies in particular, yeah, not great. So just watch out for that $80.40, $80.50. But we're back above. I like it. So far so good for silver. Take a look on the daily. Yeah. Again, we're making higher highs and higher lows. Could it be the whole ABC thing that people are talking about? Yeah, absolutely. Could that be the A, B wave, C down? Sure. The fact that we're back through here is the start, the very start of it being a positive thing, okay? That this might not be the case. Now, what would obviously invalidate this thing, whether that's a double bottom or it goes down into the 50s, don't know. What's the thing that absolutely completely invalidates it is obviously breaking up through here. So break up through $96 and then you can't say, well, that's that because it's broken it. Cool. So would be looking much more like, yeah, new all-time high coming imminently, I would say. Unless, I mean, the other way that it could be is that you're doing some kind of, I think it's a running flat as far as I'm aware. But I think it's so far so good, and I like the fact that we've opened today higher, and we closed yesterday higher. And by the way, the market's now opening an hour earlier than normal, so the market's now open, so it's doing its thing. That's fantastic. So far so good. Let's just go back and see where we really want to clear above on the larger time frame. And I'll get rid of you and you. Again, get your chart requests in, because I will take a look at whatever you want me to take a look at. Not pictures of your junk or anything else. Chart requests, please. Please, for God, don't send me pictures of that. Now, look at that. We've talked about this before. Isn't it interesting on the logarithmic scale? Where have we found previous resistance? And of course, it was at that, like we spoke about before, the top end of that zag zone from this high and this low. It just so happened. What do you know? And it just so happened, and I'll pop this in. I'll go blue. Yeah, we'll go blue. It just so happened as well to find perfect resistance there. It just so happened, isn't it interesting how Fibonacci works out, particularly on the log scale for silver. Silver loves a log. Silver loves log scale, okay? Right there. Where did it find support every single time? At the bottom end of the zag zone. It's almost like it's a thing, and people use it to trade accordingly, and then it's the self-fulfilling prophecy. So, very clearly, get through there. You're looking really, really good. You're making successive higher highs and higher lows. So, the big hurdle is, that you call it $96.40. Cool. But I love the fact that we're through here. That's really good. And that's setting up nicely on the shorter term. And again, this is all the short-term weather report. Doesn't matter. We know what season we're in generally, which is an up season for, the next 4 or 5 years, at least. But, numbers going to go up and down in between. But just for S&Gs, you just got to get through this little area here. Definitely through there. I know it sounds a little bit repetitive, but get through that $89 area, $89.90, then you're looking really good for probably a test of the 96, and very likely you're not going to do the following. I don't see this. What I don't see is that and that. That's usually not a thing. Okay, if you're getting up into there, you're probably looking quite good. Cool. So I am positive, and it was good to see that it went in the direction that I was like 70-30 because the volume was looking good. Yeah, so that's it for now. Looking good so far. That is silver. And for the newbies, just in case you're a newbie to the channel and you're watching for the very first time right now, this is the general pattern that silver is going to do over the longer term. So don't get your knickers in a knot when you see the price and the time. Okay, that's just their placeholders. Cool. They're not placeholders, but they're not exact, right? I'm not saying it's going to $180 then to $80 in February of 2028. Okay, it's right, but the general pattern is 1, 2, 3. Probably getting the 3 coming, right? Then your 4. It'll be a longer and drawn out 6 months to a year. Then that final push into 2030, 2032, where we're going to multiple triple digits, okay? Very easily. Okay, we're talking, in my opinion, I mean, at least we got to $120. So are you telling me we can't get to $300 silver in 4 or 5 years' time? Yeah, that's easy. $400 silver? Yeah, for sure. Absolutely doable. In a fifth wave excess phase, which is what markets do. Cool? Very simple. And that's not to do with narrative, by the way. It's got nothing. So if you want to come to me and say, oh, but it's, the narrative, the silver supply, I get all of that. I went down that rabbit hole all the way back up again in 2010. Okay, I've worked for 3 major gold and silver bullion dealers over 12 years. I've heard it all. This is just if the normal price patterns play out like they normally do, regardless of any kind of extra narrative. So if you want to tell me silver supply, demand, solar panels, industrial use, medical use, or some crazy conspiracy, not crazy, but some conspiracy or some thing that it's going to be, Elon's going to buy a silver mine or this or that and the other, sure. Could it go to $1,000 an ounce? Sure. But if none of that happens, you're looking still really damn good with normal price movement. And we do find, it does seem to be that the price tells the story first and the narrative tends to then fit in, okay, with that. So anyway, that's silver. Let's go to check some more comments, then we'll go to gold, check out the markets. And yeah, it's looking really nice. So I like it. Hope you don't mind the new template, people. Yeah, that's fucking yeah. That's my carnivore diet. By the way, that was not me actually flexing, like saying, look at my muscles. I ain't got muscles, like that kind of thing. But I have been a carnivore for 8 years. Not on and off, but kind of getting more strict and more strict over time. I really want to do a carnivore diet for beginners question and answer live stream. If anyone's interested in that, let me know, and the more interest I get, I'll actually do it. Howdy from West Coast, Canada. G'day, Canada Slacker. Canada Slacker. All right. Howdy from West Coast, Canada. All right, so you'd be in BC then, would you? You'd be in BC? I spent a lovely 10 days in Vancouver back 16 years ago, or nearly 16 years ago. Went to one of my best friend's weddings, which was in Saskatchewan, in Regina. No, stop. So I spent a lot of time in Regina. Stop. But then I spent about a good 10 days, I think it was, or maybe it was just a few days in BC. What a city. Beautiful city. I disagree with Canadian politics, but, well, that's just racist. No, I'm kidding. Obviously, that's something different. Be careful. Most things... Okay, be careful. Most things are bull trapping. Everything is bearish. Very hard to be a bull in this market. Sydney will be dip buying US oil today without a doubt. Sydney. Why Sydney? I'll be shorting. Okay, go for it. Go for it, Adem. Good morning, Stackers, says Sino. Too late, I can't unsend. You can't unsend. What can't you unsend? I don't know what that is. Hey, Joe, thanks for the show. No worries. I've forgotten that. For what it's worth, I prefer the normal charts green and red. I hear you. I'm getting used to it myself, but Throw Joe a ticker. Yeah, sure. Sure thing. Perhaps check out Airtasker. Oh, yeah, people watching Formula One and Airtasker has a sponsorship with one of the teams. Charlie's looking primed. Airtasker, sure, I'll take a look at that. What's with the monotone, Joe? I just explained it. Bullish hammer candlestick today. Correct, there was. No, thank you. I will never. Never. That is the anti. That is anti. Now, I don't... anyone can do whatever they want. By the way... Yeah, we'll get to the other charts, but this is my show. I can do what I want. I'll come back to that comment. We've got to do the synchronized slurp. That's where you grab a tasty beverage. I've got my tasty beverage. We slurp them synchronously together. Grab your tasty beverages right now. We normally do it at the start of the show. We'll do it somewhere in between. The rule is you must do it audibly. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, what you're doing. If you're in a meeting, I've had plenty of people in meetings listening in their ears and then telling me they did a sneaky synchronized slurp. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Just a sneaky, soft, synchronized slurp. No, that's the worst thing you can do for your health, except eating junk food. Let me put it that way. Okay, carnivore diet, vegan diet. Well, no, actually no, because a vegan diet, you can eat like absolute crap, processed, sugary, high carbohydrate food, so long as it doesn't have any animal products in it, so they just substitute it with something non-animal, and you can be an absolute slob, obese vegan. There are very fat vegans, okay? You don't find a fat carnivore. You don't find an obese carnivore unless they've just started and they were previously on a terrible diet and now they're on a carnivore. If you meet a carnivore who's been doing it for any kind of decent amount of time, they're coming down to a better set point. No, vegan, no thank you. Now, I respect your opinion on that, and if you'd love to have a chat with me, and we can come on the show and we can talk about the pros and the cons and all that, I'd love to. That'd be awesome. But yeah, no, not for me. There's no chance in hell ever will I ever do that. Yes, sir, BC, staring at the Pacific right now, yes. Greetings from effing Germany. Okay, cool. What, are you shitting on your own country? No. Well, I shit on my own country sometimes too. Sydney traders buying all is what a dem means. Oh, as the market opens. Yeah, I get that, sure. I can't unsend the junk email. Oh, the junk email. Yeah, you lost 50 pounds with vegan. Yes, vegans can lose weight too. Absolutely, for sure. Because if you're doing the right way vegan, which is more of a raw vegan, low carb vegan, sure. If you go low carb vegan or carnivore, which is low carb by its nature, yeah, you'll lose weight. The problem is you've got to take 1 million supplements, and I don't. I take 0 supplements. I take creatine just for the extra cognitive benefit, but it's not because I'm not getting enough creatine normally from Thingo. And approximately, well, a lot of vegans, it takes around about 3 to 5 years. Now, you could be one of the ones, Abel, that says, I've been a vegan for 10 years and, all that. But about 3 to 5 years in, it's predominantly people quit because of the very bad health effects later on down the track. It ain't good. I lost 25 kilos doing keto. Everything works different for everyone. Yeah, absolutely. Vegans are like EVs. Both are not. Chris, let's not shit on the vegan. But no, everyone's welcome here, Abel. You're absolutely welcome here. Cool. Let's go to some more charts. Let's take a look at gold. Ooh, yeah. Interesting. Here's gold on the monthly time frame. Good to zoom out. Monthly time frame. I know the black and white's kind of annoying some of you, but I'm just trying something different. So don't shoot the messenger, all right? Let's see. I need that and that. Nice. So here it is on the monthly time frame. Cool. Let's pop into the 4 hour. This is on the logarithmic scale. And where are we back above? Nope. On the log. There we go. So we're back above that 5,140 that we want to be. Where did we find? Remember, we talked about from this high and this low. Excuse me. We talked about this zone right here. Anything above 5,140, and I say a new all-time high for gold is coming imminently. We fell back in, found exact support at the 0.5 Fibonacci right there. Great. We're hovering around there. Fantastic. It's got to clear your 5,200 at least in order to say we're rocking and rolling for a brand new all-time high in 2026. That's pretty much all you need to know. Unless you want to go into the smaller term time frame. If you want to cheat it, not cheat it, if you want to be really conservative, then you would say the following. Get out through here. Get through that zone. So you could call it 5,260, but I just like the fact that while we're above 5,140, it's looking much better, okay, than for a new all-time high. That is my opinion, my non-financial advice opinion, and my not expert opinion. I am, of course, doing the year-long course at Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com. Learned a lot in my time, but I don't know everything. Not like the absolute the geniuses over there at Mastering the Markets, David Bird, for example, Craig Tapping, and all the head educators. I'll tell you more about those guys soon. Let's see, gold. Let's take a look at... Oh, I need to talk about oil. Yeah, of course. Let's talk about oil. I did say that in the start of the show, didn't I? And I'll take you off. Am I on log or am I on off log? I'll just go off log. Let's talk about oil. Is that it for oil? I don't think it's it for oil, but that's the slightly clickbaity title that I have to do for YouTube videos. Is that it? I mean, it could be. So we've had that massive run up to $120 a barrel very, very quickly. Obviously, talk because of the whole Iran thing. Now, this, I don't know whether that didn't coincide with what he said. So it just did have a very normal move. I mean, look at this. If you go on the monthly, look at that. Get rid of that for a second. If you go here, right, we came up to, a massive area of, resistance. And yeah, and we just kind of found resistance there. All right, that's normal. You break out of a downtrend like that, news, sends it pumping. Yeah, you're going to find resistance, and we found that. Cool. So I don't think it's it for oil. I think it's probably the start of, and many of us believe that it's the rotation from tech stocks, etc., eventually into energy commodities. The commodity bull run has already started. But if you take a look here, where did we retrace to? So from this low and this high so far, is that on the log? Yeah, see, if you take a look on the log, then we did it exactly at the 0.5 Fibonacci. Okay, so market go up, market go down, and then you could be okay. So you would need to see. Now, there could be more shorting of oil, as you said, when the market opens. The Sydney market, I think you were saying, a DEM, I think it was. But let's see, here and here. I'm expecting in 4 minutes, I am expecting when the market opens for my Woodside, my STO, my Karoon Energy, and all those. They're going to take a bit of a hit when the market opens, for sure. I'm happy to hold them for the longer term, and I am still very much in profit with those. And I've got my stop losses in place, so that's fine. But let's check here. Here, I would want to see oil get back up through $103 a barrel in order to say, okay, great, you've had a move up, you've had a move down, and then that's out of the expected resistance range, the zag zone. So yeah, watch that, watch for that, watch for that. But if we do something like that, brilliant, cool, then onwards and upwards we go. So the news is apparently, and I'll come back over here for you. And I treat narrative just like that. I don't place a lot of credence on, narrative completely. Okay. But Trump said the war in Iran was very complete after an hour-long phone call with Putin. Okay. Putin. In a phone call with CBS News, Oh, in a phone call with CBS News, President Trump stated that the U.S. war with Iran is nearing its end far ahead of schedule. I think the war is very complete, pretty much. They have no navy, blah. So basically saying it's probably going to come to an end sooner rather than later. So this is why you might see a further dip in the oil price potentially. But I like the fact that it's gone up there. It's found support so far at that 0.5 Fibonacci at around about your $80 a barrel. Could it easily come back? Yeah, of course. I mean, excuse me. Could it come back to, I'll go to the monthly. Could it come back to the bottom end here at around about your $70 something a barrel? Yeah, absolutely. Of course it could. So 74 is quite possible. And if we look it on the okay, the market is open. So if we go on the log, then you've got anywhere down into that $74 a barrel thing. Yeah, okay. So anywhere in there, and that's just pretty, par for course. Come back into here, no problem. Okay, market go up, market go down, as long as you're finding support within the zag zone. Okay, sure. $74, so what? It is looking very good for oil over the longer term, in my humble non-financial advice opinion. So yeah, that's that. So I don't think it's it for oil, but you might get a bit more of a short-term downward move. The market has just opened. Let's just take a quick look at that. Give me 1 second. Yeah, okay, so the market is down for me for today because of oil stocks. But some other things are up. So it looks like XIJ. Okay, let's take a look at that very quickly. And then I'll take some chart requests. Let's see. I'm going to, over on this right-hand side, let's have a look here. Let's see what's up for the day. Okay, BMN, Bannerman Energy. So uranium's having a little bit of a move higher. Good. All my alerts are going off. S32 is up a couple of percentage points. WDS, yeah, so that's going to be down a bit because of oil. You're going to have Santos down, 3-something%, again, because of oil. That's very normal. XRO is a trade I took the other day, the day before yesterday, I think it was, or was it just over the weekend? I think it was on Friday. And that's because of the bounce in the infotech sector. Yeah, here in Australia, we broke market structure. Here we made a non-failure swing pattern. Okay, so we might be heading onwards and upwards for the XIJ, which is the infotech sector. Just a little bit of a bounce. Okay, so just watch out for that. And I took a small position in XR0, one of the top ones in the sector, wherever the hell that was. Right there. Okay. My stop loss is down here. I'll take a small loss if it heads down. But yeah, so far so good. I think that's it. Is that it? Okay, let's do some chart requests, and we'll take some more of your comments as well. On the oil thing, Hills Bloke says, I reckon oil is done. Midterms coming up. No way the US is going to keep this price up. You could absolutely be right. You could. Silver needed 3 months, oil 3 days. Yeah, exactly right. Oil speed run copying silver explosion to $120, drop into the 80-90 area. Yes, that's right. It matched the silver action, didn't it? That's really interesting. Comments, more comments. Let's see. High carb. Oh, okay. I love it. I love this stuff. High carb, low fat. Yeah, see, Abel, I am all for reasoned discussion. You don't have to be snarky with the LOL stuff. I'm not that guy. Like, we don't do the jibs and the jabs and all that stuff. Just tell me why you think I'm wrong. What I reckon you should do. I'd love to have a conversation. I've been dying to have a conversation with someone on the channel. Either you can put your face to or have your profile picture, but I'll get you on for an interview. And then we talk about, the differences between and why you think you're right, and talk about the ethics of veganism. We can talk about the health aspects of veganism. I'll talk about it from, a carnivore perspective. But just saying, LOL, you are misinformed, doesn't help the situation. It doesn't do anything because, you've got your information and I've got my information, and, we both believe we are correct. But Yeah, no. There's no chance in hell that you are correct on that. No chance in hell. But come on the show. Send me an email, reach out to me, and we'll have a good chat about it. I couldn't help myself. Morning, Joe. Morning, Jason. Good to see you. Morning, Stackers. Why so grey today? Yeah, hey, shut up. Let's see. 3 places in the world where they average over 100 years of age. Oh, we're talking the thing. Seventh-day Adventists in yes, correct. In the world which average 100 years of age. Southern Japan, Northern Italy, and the Seventh-day Adventists in Loma Linda in the US, none of which are vegan. Yes. Doesn't really make sense to me that, vegans have to take so many supplements when... Where did we get our supplements from before then? Doesn't make a lot of sense. Oh, and particularly with the radioisotope testing of our ancestors and what they predominantly ate. And we were predominantly like 70 to 80% meat. And we ate some carbohydrates in the form of fibrous tubers. And of course, fruits weren't like fruits like they are now. Fruits have been bastardized. Fruits have been made through selective breeding, much larger and 10 to 20 times sweeter, okay, than their actual ancestral. Like the ancestral banana is like this short little thing with huge seeds and like not that sweet at all. Yeah, it makes no sense. The vegan argument makes no sense. You don't have to go through the facts and my studies show this. No, my studies show that. It makes no sense from an evolutionary perspective. It doesn't pass the reason test even. But, I'd love to have any vegan who wants to come on. I'd love to have that conversation. That'd be so much fun. Crazy Lance, where oil could come in the coming months and years. Over $200 oil would be insane. Stagflation would be even worse. Good for precious metals. Yeah. Shows countries shouldn't be reliant on others for their energy dependence. Yeah. Australia. Silver to $90. Yeah, you could be right, Abel. Trump licking his wounds. Hope he does pull out. Do you, Jason? Do you hope he pulls out? I don't think you hope he pulls out. I love that. Healthy discussion, sharing ideas. I agree, Joe. Let's see. Chart requests. It was, what was it? Airtasker. All right, let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at Airtasker with my brand new template thing going on here. Yeah, I'm just giving it a try, people. I know some of you prefer the green and the red, but yeah. Airtasker. Art. Okay, cool. Ooh. All right. Here is Airtasker, ART, listed on the Australian Stock Exchange. The market is open. We're at $22.5 Australian cents. All right. It is a $117 million market cap. And let's double check what it does. Yes, that's correct. Good old Airtasker. Operates as a community marketplace for people and businesses to outsource. So it's like your Fiverr. So it's your Fiverr, it's your Upwork, it's the Fiverr and Upwork of Australia, I guess. Airtasker. Find local services and hire flexible staff online or mobile. Its operating segments include blah 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 blah. Cool. Well, at the moment you are in a 100% complete downtrend. So there is no way that anyone would want to be in this at all whatsoever. Think it's done. Am I done? Do I have it flipped on inverse? No, I don't. Okay, let's flip it on inverse. I'll take it off. Am I on log? Am I on log? I am not on log. Take it off log. All right, let's flip it to the inverse. Is that bullish? Fuck yeah. That's bullish as fuck. This is bullish. Look at this. Airtasker is bullish on the inverse. 100%. Look at that. That's brilliant. You're through major area of resistance. Okay. Major area of resistance. You're through the 786. You're through the 618. That is beautiful. Okay. Are there any signs that it is going to reverse from here and go bearish on the inverse Airtasker? None whatsoever. Anyone could confidently look at that and say, okay, you're at least going to match the all-time high. What you get to the all-time high, maybe there's a double top. Sure. But no, there's nothing saying anything like that that's bad. If I go like that, and if we could flip the inverse, if we could flip the volume to the inverse, so that will actually be trending up. So the volume is confirming the move for Airtasker inverse. Okay, so now let's flip it back. That's your inverse. You have broken market structure on the monthly time frame. You've now made lower lows, lower highs. So there is no reason anyone should be in Airtasker now. No, not in right now. Now, if you're hawking it for a potential low, absolutely go for it. But Airtasker, no chance. No one should still be in their trades right now. So if you have Airtasker and you bought it here, well, you've broken market structure. You get out because, well, you should have had a stop loss. If you bought here, your stop loss is a little bit below, so you should have gotten out. If you bought up here and you're thinking, oh man, it broke up through here and shit, if you're still in it, the question becomes, why are you still in it? Yeah, you're still in it for one reason only, for the psychology, because you don't like to lose and you don't want to take that loss. But now that you're in a complete bearish market structure, there is nothing bullish about this on the monthly time frame, because this could absolutely keep going down. Yeah, you could go now. Look, you might find a double bottom, you might bounce off here, but you don't know that at all. Now we'll go into the shorter term time frames and then we'll take a look. Okay, but yeah, no, this is bearish. Shouldn't be in it. Nothing in your portfolio should be in a confirmed downtrend. Nothing. Now, I'm very guilty of that over the years, so am I being hypocritical? Sure. But have I learned much more since joining Master in the Markets? Sure have. So yeah, you shouldn't be in that. Let's go into the weekly, still trending down. Nope. Let's have a look. Volume is shitty. So, the volume is actually confirming the move. Okay, so as it's going down, the volume's going down. It's not really going down on too much lowering volume. Daily time frame, yeah, look, could be a different story. Daily could be turning around. So this could be okay on the daily, maybe. But that's on the log, and I'll get it off the log. Go away. There we go. Is that log or not? This is the only problem. That's not log. That's my only problem. I can't tell what's log and what's not log in this new little setup here. No, not great. Not great. It could have turned around here, but it doesn't look like we have. Because if you go into the 4 hour and then you've fallen through the zag zone. So no. Why is anyone in this? No one should be at the moment, unless you're holding. And why are you holding? The only reason you would get back in is if you did the following and you had a change of market structure on the 4 hour time frame. So this could be, look, you could be towards the bottom, but nothing's confirmed. And if you get through there, great. Then you've got a high, a low, a high, a high. Yeah, you got to get through here. You got to do that. Okay, get through there and I'll be more comfortable. Daily time frame, not yet. Nope. Weekly, no. So that's how I feel about it. Now, I guess the only thing you could say on the 4 hour, that's in confluence. There's no massive, there's a bit of divergence. So you did have, as it was coming down, you had this kind of flattening out. So that's good. Yeah, but it's not until it's above about $2 to 25.5 Australian cents that you can say that we're anywhere near golden for Airtasker. So that's my short answer. No, nothing confirming just yet. And again, on the monthly, let's take a look on the quarterly. Quarterly, where are we? Hell no. Why would anyone be in this on the quarterly unless you think it's going to turn around here, which there is no sign whatsoever on the quarterly time frame that that's doing it. You've just changed market structure on the quarterly time frame as well. So, nope. Now, could you get lucky here? You buy here and then luckily, yeah, but just based on the data, no, you're not getting into this. No, there's no change of market structure. None. So I don't like it. That's my humble opinion. And I'm happy to be wrong. Let's see. I think silver is in. I'll take some more chart requests. We've got some time. Again, preference go to super chats, please and thank you. I think silver is in a midterm dead cat bounce and still heading down. You could be right. Let's take a look at what silver's done in the last last half an hour since we last talked about it. You could be right. Yeah, it could still, and that dead cat bounce is the ABC thing that a lot of people are talking about. Well, yeah, not so much. Not so much. You've got to get out of. Where are we? Where are we? Fibonacci on the log and that rectangle. God damn it! Did I just get rid of it? There and there. I probably just got rid of it. I'll pop it back in. Cool. No, you're out through that area, man. Yeah, I'd just like to see it clear that 90. Was that $90 level would be nice, and obviously 96 is the obvious one. But yeah, man. No, again, as I said before, here and here, you start clearing through. Yeah, it's that $90 area. You start clearing and holding through $90. It's very likely that this is no longer. Excuse me, sorry, gang. This will be invalidated. Pretty much invalidated. If you start getting through that $90 area there, that's not your A, B, C. We came up to the 0.618. You get kind of in this general area here. Quite likely not. It's more likely that you get through. And obviously, if you get through there, as I said before, then that's not your A, B, C. That was your A, B, C. And now this is your higher highs, higher lows, and onwards we go. Cool. What we do when we get to there, new all-time high in 2026, of course, this might take it out into this general kind of area, and that becomes the proper wave 3, and then you get your proper wave 4 into, ignore the price, ignore the time, but the proper wave 4, the longer consolidation. But a new all-time high for silver in 2026 is still really doable, okay? And it's actually more likely the case at this stage, in my opinion. Love that analysis, Art. Nobody is looking then except me. Fantastic. Good. You're hawking it, as David Bird likes to say. You're going in the lower term timeframes, and that's what tells that. That's what you should do. You see a large downtrend, you're like, oh, that's terrible. But then you go into the smaller term timeframes. If it starts ticking around there, and you're getting obviously all the signals. And Adem knows, because Adem, didn't you go through Mastering the Markets year-long program or the Mastering the Markets 3-month course? The 1 hour is a little difference, little bounce, but that's it. It's got a higher high low on the 1 hour, but downtrend cycle, RSI. Yeah, I've taken a stab. Okay, at and you can hold, so your stop loss is at 20 cents. Yeah, sure. Tight stop loss, you're good. Pretty sure silver is in a confirmed downtrend. Depends on the time frame you're talking about, Dark. Art, public participation on the 50% on the 50 cent breakout. Right, okay. Appreciate your insights here, Joe. All makes sense. I can understand your thesis, sir. Good. Happy to help. Morning, all. VBX chart request. Sure. This looks, I know you keep saying it looks like a textbook dead cat bounce. And I said it could be, unless you get over those areas, but I favor the upside. And you know what? Everyone, because if every man and his dog is saying one thing, dead cat bounce, totally dead cat bounce. If enough people are saying that and everyone's expecting $60 again, $50 again, do you think it goes there? No, the market doesn't do that. It goes, sucked in. Let's see, VBX. Yes, so you did MTM 101. In a few days, you'll hit your first decade in training. Congratulations, Adem. VBX chart request. No problem, Lance. Lance is actually up. He's a semi-brand new father. VBX. How's your little one doing, Lance? Let's see. VBX. Don't know what it is. Don't know what it does. Don't care. Just looking at the price. Okay. Here is VBX. VBX Limited on the Australian Stock Exchange. I don't know what it does. Let's have a look. It engages mining, exploration, and development of bauxite properties. Okay. VBX. So what I'm going to do here is go to the sectors section. I'm going to see it's going to be in the materials section, or is it in industrials? It's in materials. Okay, so we're in the materials sector. So now we have to look at the XMJ first. The golden rule is the thing that you want to get into how is it tracking against the sector that it's in? And if it's underperforming the sector that it's in, then there might be things that are better to be in from that sector. So you've got to also see, how's that sector doing? Okay, is the sector in an uptrend? Well, yeah, I mean, we know where materials are. So materials falls under, silver miners and all that kind of stuff. So as you know, the materials sector, total bull market, man. We are doing we're going very, very well in the longer term. Just a little bit of we've had a bit of a decent pump over the last monthly time frame. So since July of last year, materials, obviously silver miners and all that, silver rip roaring, the silver miners going with it, not always in lockstep. But yeah, he's having a bit of a pause, and that's okay. That's on I'll take it off the log. So the material sector had a bit of a dip, and you can still come back into that general range right in here. So materials could have a bit more of a dip here. So within here, yeah, fine, cool. You could see we're on the monthly, you could see a potential in another month down. So, but in general, materials over the longer term, chef's kiss, like looking just absolutely brilliant. But what goes up must come down, could consolidate for a bit. So materials, though, looking really good over the longer term. So VBX probably looks good over the longer term. And here it is here. Oh, yeah, nice. So there's a VBX on the monthly linear scale. It's had a decent move. So all you can do is this, that, and take a look at the zone that we're in. So you're in the zag zone. Cool. Great. So beautiful. That's your zag zone. And you're in there, your expected support range. Lovely. Like it. Come back to test previous resistance. So right in here, you've tested in roughly kind of there. Great. Nice. From here and here, I just did that. Joe, you did that already. So we're hovering around in the zag zone, middle of the zag zone, the 0.5 Fibonacci. So that is neutral support. We've talked about this many times before, but just for the people up the back. When you have a massive move, you can expect to retrace that move 1/3 roughly to 2/3 roughly, and that sits within this golden pocket, the zag zone, expected support range, call it whatever the F you want, don't care. But if it was to bounce off here, that's really strong support. So that's bounce off here, very strong support. Bounce off here, strong support. Bounce off here, normal, everyday, average, neutral support. If you start bouncing off here, it's still support, but it's kind of like weak support. It's not preferable. And then getting anywhere through back in here, yeah, anywhere down in here, not good. That's like very weak support, and you preferably don't want to get through here. So that's why we call it the zag zone. Cool. And you're at the very expected support range. Great. So now we need to go and look in further. Take a look at some indicators. So the relative strength index on the weekly time frame is starting to reset. It's starting to come down to that middle kind of area, and that's what you would, kind of see that support. Maybe we're looking for that kind of thing there. So that could come down a little bit further, but yeah, it's probably close enough. Let's take a look at the daily. Daily's reset pretty well. You don't always have to go into extremely oversold in order for something to turn around. So it doesn't always have to go into here. Okay. Volume on the daily, kind of. That was a very kind of. How high can my voice get? Oh, it's pretty matching. Yeah, it's pretty normal. So it's in pretty good confluence. So that's the daily. 4-hour time frame is finding a bottom there. Potential volume. Yeah, the volume's still kind of matching it. Hour time frame. There's a little bit of potential bullish divergence from here to here. There to there, but then it doesn't match. Yeah, it's kind of, it's potential. Lower low, higher low. Volume still kind of going with the downtrend though. So you can't say yet that that's got any major signals of turning around. No, there's no major signals yet. So you could come down potentially. Just watch out for the bottom end there. So watch out for the bottom end, and that could come down to meet that previous level of resistance there. So watch out for that, 67.5 cent kind of area. What you don't want it to do is break through there, okay? Because that would be bad news. Because on the daily, see, that looks like a 1, 2. No, I'm not going to do the Elliott wave count on that. But around here is nice. So if you're bullish on it on the longer term, and you're like, no, I definitely know this thing, the material sector is going to go well, I'm happy to take the bet now. I don't need to find the perfect price. Okay, you could take the bet here. If it goes down a little bit further, you could take the bet there if you wanted to, if you're bullish over the longer term. I mean, you're down from $1.20 to it's nearly half price. It's pretty good. But I wouldn't personally be doing it because it's not changing. It's not showing a change of a bullish market structure. It hasn't made successive higher highs and higher lows. You've got to start doing this, that. Then when you do that, you're in. Go time, okay? Because then you're going from bearish market structure to bullish market structure. It has to start making higher highs. So has to make lower high. Fuck me, you have to start making higher lows and higher highs, going in the upward direction, just like that, right? Higher low, higher high, bang, then you're good to go. Cool. Other than that, no, I wouldn't get into it yet, but you could take the punt if you're a longer term investor. VBX. Any more comments or chart requests, and then is it time for me to get out of here? I'm not trying to high five you, although you can high five me if you want. There we go. The color correction. How about gold, Joe? I did it earlier today. Little one doing well? Good. Oh, yes, you went to Japan. Oh, I missed Japan so much. Of course he was, man. A huge hit in Japan. Oh, they love your Western babies there. I love that country. I don't love their fiscal situation. Yeah, I love that country. I lived there for a year. What a great time it was. I heard from some financially savvy people that the Japanese stock market is ridiculously undervalued, with companies with book values several times higher than their market cap. Oh, yeah, could be right. It's probably the value return of, you're talking amongst yourselves. Love it. Yes, they did. Yep, cool. Talking about Japan, fantastic. Question. Great, thank you for that question, Hills Bloke. Are you into numismatics at all or a strictly bullion guy? I find they are less volatile. I mainly buy Spanish reals, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm not traditionally into numismatics. I do see their value. I have been traditionally a bullion guy, but I have dipped my toe into I've bought a bunch of, proof-like numismatic stuff over the years, and they're less volatile. They tend to hold their value, although what you'll find, if you found recently too, when the silver price, the short answer is yes, it is less volatile, which is good when the price is going down, not so great when the price is going up, or it depends on it depends if you're looking to sell or if you're looking to buy. So if you bought all numismatics and you were looking to sell out of your positions in silver, and silver's going through the roof, your numismatics generally aren't going up in the same amount. They're kind of sitting, it takes a lot longer for them to sell because everyone wants the bullion. It's when the prices are going down that numismatics really hold their value. So for example, many people, I was doing it, the price was rocketing up recently, and I was jumping on eBay and getting screaming bargains for numis. Like silver was at like $100 or more Australian an ounce. I bought, and it's around here somewhere, I bought a numismatic 1 ounce thing for like $75 off eBay, because it was just this person who was a sports card collector, and someone sold back a sports collectible 1 ounce silver coin. They're like, I don't know what to put it up for. I was getting other cheap stuff because it was at spot price, because the numismatic value wasn't keeping up with the spot price going through the roof. But yeah, I see the value in them. But I just look. This is just, I've shown this a million times before. This is the 2013 Silver Bullet Silver Shield, aka Chris Dwayne, before Silver Shield. So this is the Silver Bullet Silver Shield days. 2013 Trivium 5-ounce proof medallion. Oh, look at it. It's in its capsule, people. Just beautiful. Look at that. It's just so lovely. So, these are the type of things that'll probably be some of the last stuff to go. Yeah. And you know what? The plan probably is, once 2030, 2032, etc., bullion first. So here's what you should be doing. Bullion first, numismatics second, in my opinion, because you get out of your bullion, people want to buy the bullion at the top, and then as the price is going down, you've got your numismatics, and then you're like, I think we're definitely changed market structure now. We're definitely going for a number of years now into a consolidation or a bear market in silver. Then that's when you get rid of your numismatics because they've held up their value. Even the price is going down, you can sell them for decently and still get a decent price for them. So yeah, on the way down, maybe numismatics first and bullion second. One last look at CTT, please. Consumer staples and discretionary. Yes, they do. CTT, sure. CTT. Ooh, okay. I've looked at this before. This is CTT, Satire Limited. Yes, it's in retail trade. Oh, hang on. What sector is it in? CTT. CTT. No, you are. It is. Let me just read your comment, if you don't mind, please, Adem. What did that say again? Consumer staples and discretionary do well in bear markets. No, they don't. So no. So consumer staples do. Discretionaries do terribly because it's discretionary spending. So no, this is on. This is a discretionary. Okay, so actually. Discretionary and staples are the exact opposite of each other. I'll show you what I mean. Let's see. Yeah, no, I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole right now because it's in the discretionary sector. It could be bottoming here. Again, just like Airtasker. So I'll show you what I mean, Adem. And I don't mean to come across as, like, oh, let me show you what I mean, Adem. I'm not saying that. But where are we? XDJ? Yeah, this is consumer discretionary. Okay, so that's in very much it's changed market structure recently. So it's in a downtrend at the moment. And this is consumer XSJ. And that's consumer staples. Consumer staples is obviously... Oh, nice. Thanks, BRK. What was I saying? What was I saying? XRP. XSJ, this consumer staples is your staples. Bread, milk, staples, right? It's all that. So in hard times, in bear markets, like if everyone's going through a hard time, if inflation's going through the roof, all that kind of stuff, people spend less on discretionary items, but they have to keep spending on staples because you need petrol. Well, that's in the energy sector, but you need toilet paper, you need baby formula, you need nappies. Like you don't have any other choice but to buy them. So staples do well in bear markets. Now, bear markets, if you're talking about, the NASDAQ, like an S&P 500 drop and all that kind of stuff. Staples do well. Discretionary does the exact opposite. Discretionary is, your discretionary spending. Oh, I want to buy that luxury good, okay? So satire is in your discretionary. So if we go, I'll show you here, XSJ. So that's why you look at the sector first, and which is what you learned, Adem. You learned look at the sectors first, right? That was part of the 10-week course of Mastering the Markets. So if you take a look at staples versus discretionary, it's very much in the staples camp. Okay, so let's flip that. That's downtrend. Okay, but this is the proper way, right? So this is staples versus discretionary. Okay, and I'll see if I can do this. Let's see. Let me see if I can find something here. Give me 1 second. I don't know if this is going to work, but let's find it. Why isn't it opening in a second panel? Let's see. I'm going to have to go. Let's see. What would I be looking at? Let's go the S&P 500. Oh, we'll go the X. No, we'll go the XJO. Let's go the XJO. Maybe this might not work. Give me 1 minute. Is that the XJO on the 1 month? Am I flipped? That doesn't seem right. Yeah, no, I'm flipped. Why is that flipped? Why the effing hell is that flipped? There we go. This might not coincide. Yeah, it does coincide. Of course it does. Right, cool. So as I'm using the Australian stock market, okay? No, I won't do the S&P 500. I'll do the Australian stock market. As you can see, as the Australian stock market is going up, you're seeing that discretionary is going down. So discretionary is beating staples, okay? Stock market go up. So then staples is losing to discretionary over the left-hand side here, okay? And that's obvious. Stock market goes up, everyone's feeling better about the economy, and they spend more on discretionary items. Cool. When the stock market goes down, 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 down. Okay, look at that. Stock market goes down, staples kill discretionary. Again, everyone stops spending on discretionary items, then they have to spend more on staples. So I believe that we're going into a bear market into obviously the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, etc. I think it's on its last legs. We're definitely up in the sort of excess phase of the general stock market, S&P 500 again. So I think staples will continue to outperform discretionary. So there is no point that I would ever want to be in discretionary right now, as it's in a downtrend and the staples is killing it at the moment. Now, number go up, number go down. So yeah, you could find a little bit. Now, it depends on your time frame, Adem. If you're talking about a short-term trade, oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely. You might be thinking, okay, staples is coming up to a major support area here and we might find a bounce off and then, something like this. Sure. So if you're thinking on a short-term trade, sure, we're coming up to it, and then that might do that. So then discretionary might take a little bit of a time in the sun, but then over the longer term, I think we're probably going to break through here. Okay. But look, technically it is still in a downtrend on the quarterly time frame. So yeah, discretionary is beating it, but looks like we're coming down, man. We're pretty oversold again on this ratio, and you've got bullish divergence. So again, staples versus discretionary is outperforming. So staples is outperforming discretionary. We've had a change of market structure. Just need to get through there, and you're looking pretty good. I could see that. So again, if you're talking short-term trade, sure, maybe, but not for the longer term for CTT. But let's take a look at it. CTT, once again, satire, and it is, what does it do again? Yeah, satire is an online luxury goods retailer which engages in luxury personal items. Yeah, so total discretionary stuff. It is in a downtrend at the moment. So why would you buy something in a downtrend unless you're looking at hopefully it is going to turn around? So yeah, that could be the case. But on the, God no. Jesus H. If I go like, there is no way anyone would want to be in this, in my humble opinion, unless you think it's going to bottom here, which it could. Sure, but you're absolutely through the zag zone. Yeah, man, you sank through there. That's not good, because what you would have been expecting is the following. What you wanted to see was this. Great. Higher low and bounce off there. Now you could get a higher low here. You could get a double bottom here. Yep, sure. I don't think so, but you could get a little bit of a move here. Now again, if you're talking short-term trade, yeah, I could see a short-term potential trade here, but there's just nothing. Yeah, look, you've got some bullish divergence. So short-term, you may have some bullish divergence on satire, CTT, because they're higher low, but your change of market structure, you're not coming in until there. So 33.5 Australian cents, And even then, you'd still need to see a higher low and then get through. So it's actually not even a change of market structure because you've made a lower low there as well. So no, nothing yet. You got to see that, or you got to see that. And then sure. But then that's probably at this stage. I don't know if it'd be the bottom. It's nothing I'd want to be in. Me personally, sure, could it turn around? Yeah, but I'd say on balance of probability, you might get a short-term bounce. So again, for a short-term trade, yeah, it could come back into this area right here. You could get a short-term bounce up into that area there. That's 60% up, something like 60-70%. Sure, that'd be a nice trade, but geez, it'd more likely follow that kind of pattern, I think, because if I think that the NASDAQ is cooked over the longer term, which I think it is, and I think we're going to go through a large economic downturn pretty darn soon, then discretionary will continue tanking, and this will... But short-term trade, sure. Which is probably what you were talking about, Adem. Sharing some long ideas? Okay, otherwise I'm happy to stay short everything, but try to put some ideas out there. Yeah, sure. Oops, sorry, Joe. Joined in late. No problem. Final comments, and then we have to get out of here. If you ever want to chat on reals, I've been buying them for about 30 years. That's amazing, Hills Bloke. Fantastic. Good on you. What's with all the LOLs, my friend? That hurt. Sorry. I don't mean to. It's just the data. I apologize. What's your preference? Bullion rounds or bullion coins? My preference is whichever ones are cheaper, and I don't care, because when you're selling back to a bullion dealer, they don't give a flying what you bring in. So long as it's 1 ounce, they'll pay you the same amount no matter what. And if you're bringing in very, very large bars, you actually get stung more because they're larger and they sit on the shelves for longer, so there's an opportunity cost. So bullion rounds or coins don't bother me. I love bullion coins. One of my favorite, I like from a aesthetic perspective, love bullion coins, love Canadian maples. No, not Canadian maples. Well, that was the first bullion coin I ever bought. The Austrian Philharmonics. Oh, I love that coin so much. It's so sleek. Always happy for different ideas. Oh, you're welcome, my friend. Gold, sell and buy. Interesting blinkers on there. I've done that a few times. Did you play the song I sent on a live yet, Jason? You were doing it, laugh. You were doing it again, laugh every time. Which one? I forgot. Oh, the song. I don't remember what that was. I heard that when you dropped. Oh, right. Sorry. I didn't hurt myself. I hurt my keyboard. But the coin's fine. It's in a capsule. Did you play the song I sent on a live yet? Good morning, Stackers. I don't remember what that was. I'm sorry. We've done CLRMF a number of times before, Neil. Yeah, I think that's almost it. I'll take maybe one more chart request if we have time. Speaking of buying bullion, I want to show you guys this special here. Now, this is a special for the Silver Investor Club members only, and this is a 5 ounce intrinsic tender Tiger bar. So why is it special? Well, number one, it's $10 off. Now, I understand $10 off at $30 silver is better than $10 off at 80 something dollars silver. Sure, but a special's a special. The reason why bullion dealers can't offer much more specials than that at the moment because they've got their wholesale rates to pay and all that. So as the price creeps up, they're still paying the similar premiums or even higher premiums, so they can't give you as good as specials. But really, when the price is creeping up, the special actually doesn't become the price. The special becomes, can you get it in your hands? And this is where being a part of the Silver Investor Club is really, really handy. Okay. Obviously, I'm spruiking my own Silver Investor Club, but I'm also spruiking Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. They are the best bullion dealer in all of Australia. As you know, 12 years, 3 different bullion companies. I even started my own bullion business for a period of time. That's a hard slog. Might do it again one day. So I know the ins and outs of bullion dealers, and I've served thousands of customers. I'm telling you, Perth Bullion Exchange is doing it the best of all the bullion dealers in all of Australia right now. They have free shipping when you have 20 or more items in your order. Plus, they also do these specials. Now, here's the thing. This is 50 of these. They're held specifically for members of the premium Silver Investor Club right here. Okay, so every single week we have a hangout, and every single week is a live private hangout for the premium members of the Silver Investor Club. I'll put a link somewhere below. This is a forum. It's a community, cool, lively community of like-minded silver investors, and you can join it. I'll put a link somewhere, and the deal is you get those private specials. They're password protected, so the public can't buy them. So you could those 50. That 49 10-ounce bars, 5-ounce bars left. They'll just sit there for as long as they go. So if everywhere else in the world is like on back order, you can't get them, you really want silver in your hand now, because if you don't hold it, you don't own it, all that stuff. Go to the log into your Silver Investor Club and see. Well, they're probably going down a lot slower. Okay, you can join for as little as $5 per month. There's the premium membership, and there's the VIP membership as well. There's monthly silver giveaways, free silver giving away every single month with the premium membership. There's weekly silver bullion specials, those private ones, the weekly private live streams, much, much more. It would be probably, I would say, the best value for money is this one right here, the VIP, because you get everything in premium, plus you get 2 personal 1-hour strategy sessions with me, going through your portfolio, non-financial advice, or I will help you lose a lot of weight on the carnivore diet. I will help improve your health, your diet, your lifestyle. I will give you my personal opinion, because I've served thousands of customers. If you're getting into precious metals for the first time, you don't know what to buy, I'll give you precious metals stacking advice too. Lots and lots more. That's over at the Silver Investor Club. Buy from Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. And of course, you really want to be part of Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com. I'm doing their year-long comprehensive course. Adem, who's in the chat right now, he did, previously it was called MTM 101. It's now called Tech 101. So he did the 10-week foundational course, Dow Theory, Principles, and Technical Analysis Foundations. He will spruik its value, absolutely. If you go to masteringthemarkets.com/courses, you can watch this video, which has yours truly walking you through the courses and all the inclusions that you get as being a member of Mastering the Markets, doing the courses, the year-long course, the short course, and you just send me an email and I'll tell you how good it is, and I'll give you my opinion, and I'll tell you the structures and the costs and all that. joe.main@masteringthemarkets.com. AU Zeke says, yes, the Silver Investor Club, highly recommended. I have scored some good deals there. Love it, my friend. That is it for the show. Yes, I do have to go. We'll do one final synchronized slurp, then we will dance it out as well. Adem, if you didn't realize, you grab your tasty beverage and we also dance it out at the same time at the end of the show. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? You'll get another show on Thursday, live on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I also do lots of stuff in between as well. Very active over on the X channel, so follow me over there. My hot and spicy political takes. And I'll talk to anyone. So if you want to be on the show for a reason, I'll interview you, or you can be anonymous, whatever, but let's have a chat about something too. I really want to debate a vegan. God, that'd be so good. All right, grab your tasty beverages and because you know what? You have watched. You son of a bitch. No? Fuck you. Wrong one. There you go. Oh, I'll go back here. Sorry. You prick. Oh, shut up. You've watched.
Oh, yeah, we're feeling fine.
Sorry.
It's podcast time.
Grab it.
Grab a tasty beverage.
There we go.
Let's get in the groove.
Let's do the
Synchronized slurp. Now we're on the move.
3, 2, 1, go. Thank you so much for watching, you wonderful people. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking whatever you're stacking, and I will see you all very, very soon. Have a great day. Bye.